So I had to redo my video because I forgot to turn my mic on. Jeremy, you should know about that. You've done it twice this week. So we're going to have to go through this again. And yeah, so basically, Jeremy addressed me in his Ragecast tonight, but he didn't have the courage to say my name. So, but you and I both know it's about me, Jeremy. Let's not pretend. So I'm going to retort since I was pretty busy trolling them.
It's really gross. I mean, she's even given the enemy money. You know.
That's me. I'm the enemy. And she gave me $100, and I spent it on food, not drugs.
I mean, because like, oh, I can't feed my kids. Well, that's because you don't get a job.
I do have a job. It's a seasonal job. I go lobster fishing for 6 months of the year. And the other 6 months of the year, I get to spend with my family because there aren't many people that are going to hire a seasonal worker. This year, however, I got to go on parental leave because my third child was born at the end of the lobster season. My wife couldn't take maternity leave. But for 2 months, the government was screwing around with my claim, and it took a call to my local MP to finally get it sorted. This was outside of my control and had nothing to do with anything that I did wrong.
And you sit around fucking whining on the internet all day when you could be doing anything else, and you just, that's why.
I don't sit around whining on the internet all day. It takes like 30 seconds to type out a little tweet and send it out. It's not really all that difficult. And you're really one to be talking when all you do 3 or 4 or 5 nights a week is get on your live stream or somebody else's and whine and complain about everything.
You can't feed your kids, but whatever. She does that anyway. And then those people turn around and attack her again anyway.
Yes. Yes, I do. And that's on her, not on me. I gave her an olive branch after she sent the money because I thought it was a really nice thing to do. And I told her that I would leave her alone from now on unless someone tried to dox me like they had on her Facebook wall. And what happened? Well, she didn't like the fact that I was calling out some of your bullshit. So she started attacking me on Twitter again and on Facebook. And after a little bit of time, I decided that she didn't really want the olive branch. And if you take the time to read that and slow it down, you'll notice that I was warning her about you. And that was long before I heard about the allegations from Saskatchewan. You just give off that kind of vibe, man.
And they're like, good, she should be in jail. Yeah, because you don't like her. She should be.
My personal opinion of Morgan has nothing to do with whether or not she should be in jail. She broke the law several times. She's been arrested more than once. And part of that was because of you, Jeremy. So really, you should be blaming yourself a little bit for any legal charges problems she's having, especially with the ones with Dr. Strang. As for this, it doesn't matter. If she drove off by accident, and you go to a court of law and you get a sympathetic judge, then fine, she'll probably get off. It was an accident. But if she stole it, theft is theft. What do you want? You can get charged for theft for stealing $5. That's why we have two. Theft over $5,000, theft under $5,000. She'll probably just get a misdemeanor. If you're lucky, she will only get probation. Or maybe it'll just be tossed out because the judge has some sympathy for her. But either way, she is in jail because she committed a crime.
Jail because you don't like her. That's your whole point. That's your whole thing. Well, here's the thing. If people like her don't go out there and do what she does and stand up and speak up for the little guy,
then people like me can go back to living normal lives and not having to waste our time worrying about whether or not people like you are corrupting the minds of Canadians and other people in the world with your lies and your conspiracies. I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys are nothing more than a QAnon conspiracy group. You might have readjusted and changed it a little bit to suit your needs and your message, but man, you're just regurgitating the same old shit. You're even on to the Donald Trump election lie. Like, get a hold of yourself, man.
Who is going to? Is it going to be you? Where the fuck have you been?
Well, right now, I'm at home. But I have been in a protest that occupied a city that was going against government corruption, financial corruption, all these terrible things you say you're against. And guess what? I got arrested for that because I'm not a fucking coward who stayed away when the police moved in. I went and I got in the way of those police and I got arrested and my charges were dropped for them. So don't sit here and fucking tell me that I haven't done shit. And you know what you were doing while I was doing that? You were over in Afghanistan shooting people, finally realizing that you as an infantryman in the army are being used by multinational corporations. You said you spent your whole youth reading and studying and learning about war, and you didn't know before you enlisted that you were going to get used by some company? Like, where were you? Did you not pay attention to the first Iraq war? Like, what the hell?
What have you been doing? The armchair critic. Huh?
I don't own an armchair. Oh, and because someone commented, I'm not actually in my house. Nowhere near my children. This is my barn. It's my little man cave. It's my chicken coop. So, no kids.
The Sofa King quarterback.
I like that one. Sofa King quarterback. Too bad I didn't have a sofa. It's more like a Chesterfield.
If you coulda, you woulda.
And I have.
Oh, I don't have anybody fucking with me or coming after me because I'm just too smart to deal with that. No, that means you're not doing anything.
Oh, but I have done things, Jeremy. In fact, when there was a protest, an anti-mask protest here in my little town, I got up off my ass, I made a sign, I went out by myself with my phone, I live streamed it and protested against it and took all the vitriol that you assholes had to spout at me. I did stuff. And if I did have the money and the time, I would be in Ontario at some of these loser events protesting them, because people need to speak up against you people. And I say you people, and I do mean it. Yeah, you people who think that the whole world is against you and the whole world has gone mad. And that's not the reality of it all. The world is changing and it's evolving fast. And you, like a lot of other straight white men, are scared. You don't know how to deal with it. It's too much change too fast. And you think you're getting left behind. And you're just lashing out. That's all it is. You're just scared little boys.
No one's tackling you because you're not even on the field.
I was tackled. I was assaulted by police officers, the HRPD, as were several of the other people who were arrested by my side. In fact, one guy ended up in the emergency room, and because he went into the ICU, his charges got dropped. Another guy had to crawl his way into the police station. Don't talk to me about fucking what am I doing or standing in the line of police. Fuck off. I've been there. I've done that. Just because I've grown up a little bit and I don't have the opportunity to do it in a small town doesn't mean I wouldn't do it again.
You're watching. You're not even an active participant. You're just observing other people engage in reality and engage with the world around them and push and pull and struggle and fight with this and fight that. And you watch this and go, yeah, and say things.
Yeah, I do. I say lots of things because people need to know what kind of person you are and what kind of ideas you're promoting. And you want to talk, again, sitting on the internet going and saying things, that's you, like 3 or 4 nights a week or more. Like, that's all you ever do. It's the same old nonsense with you all the time, Jeremy. It never changes. You got to stop blaming people for your own problems. Grow up. Oh, and from this armchair, I am very proud to let you know that I was a key role in bringing attention to the fact that Morgan was protesting at Dr. Strang's every time she did it. And you know what? I like to think that maybe I helped get you both arrested. Just a little bit of me. And it feels good.
And that's where they get their that's what they do with their time. It's insane. And
you are insane. Because you keep repeating the same lies over and over again, and you think they're going to come true, but they're not. Just give it up. Give it up. Go get married with Morgan, have some kids, maybe take up a cause, veterans' rights. You seem to care about that a lot, and it is important. I agree with you on that. So why not do something productive instead of causing all this hate? But anyways, next time you have something to say to me, you can just use my name. We're both grown men here. We can have a conversation like this. It's not a big deal. Okay? Not a big deal. You can use my name. It's all right. Enjoy your long weekend. And just know that Morgan is safe and sound in a nice warm cell where the power isn't going to go out and she's going to get fed. Guess that's it.